Over 60, your body may be quietly inflamed, and you may not even know it, but 5 small food shifts could help you heal from within, without cutting everything you love. Let's begin. You've spent decades being told to eat better, less fat, less sugar, less salt, less. But what if healing wasn't about cutting out, but about pairing wisely? The foods you already know, used at the right time, in the right way, can help your body calm inflammation, restore rhythm, and feel strong again. This isn't about dieting, it's about remembering how to eat for who you are now. Number 1, skip the sweet. Start mornings used to feel easy. You'd wake up, stretch, sip something warm. Maybe have some fruit, a banana, a handful of grapes, a tall glass of orange juice. It felt light, natural, healthy. But now, by mid-morning, you feel foggy, a little shaky, hungrier than before you ate. What changed? After 60, your body becomes more sensitive to sudden sugar spikes, even from fruit, especially on an empty stomach. Fruit isn't bad, but fruit alone, first thing in the morning, can send your blood sugar soaring, then crashing. And your body? It spends the rest of the day trying to catch up. The result? You crave carbs at lunch. You feel heavy by 3 p.m. You wonder why you're so tired even though you're eating right. But here's the quiet fix. Don't cut the fruit. Just change when and how you welcome it. Try this. Pair apple slices with a spoon of almond butter. Add chia seeds or flax to your berries. Save sweeter fruits for after a protein-rich meal. These combinations slow digestion. They buffer the sugar and give your body time to respond with balance, not panic. And you'll feel the shift. Clearer mind, more even energy, less craving, more calm. You're not eliminating sweetness. You're honoring timing. You're telling your body, I want you to enjoy this, but also feel safe, because healing doesn't come from taking things away. It comes from pairing with wisdom. And breakfast? It's your first chance of the day to build that rhythm again. 2. Walnuts. A small nut with a big signal. Sharon was 62. She didn't smoke. She didn't drink. She walked every morning, cooked her own meals, and tried her best to age well. But her body? It wasn't responding. She couldn't focus like before. Her thoughts felt slippery. Her knees ached more after walking, not less. And there was this quiet inflammation, not sharp, but present, in her hands, her belly, even behind her eyes. She asked her doctor, "Is this just age?" He shrugged, but her nutritionist asked something different. "What are you feeding your brain?" That question stayed with her, because she realized she was feeding it nothing. No oils, no nuts, no omega-rich anything. So she started with something almost too small to matter. 2 walnuts, every day, mid-morning, not as a snack, but as a signal. Within a few weeks, her fog began to lift. Her knees felt less tight. Her thoughts arrived on time again. Walnuts contain alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a plant-based omega-3. After 60, most bodies become deficient in it. And that quiet deficiency doesn't scream. It just slows you down, layer by layer. But when you give your body back what it forgot, it remembers. Omega-3s don't just protect the brain. They help the body regulate inflammation, calm the nervous system, and stabilize cognitive function without needing a pill. You don't need a lab test to know when you feel clearer. And you don't need supplements to nourish the part of you that still wants to stay sharp. 2 walnuts, every day. That's not a fix. That's a conversation with your body. And sometimes, all it takes to begin healing is to say, I'm still feeding you the things that help you come back. 3. The warm fix. Soften before you strain. After 60, digestion becomes a little quieter and a little slower, but we don't always notice it. We just feel a tightness after eating, a bloated belly even when we've eaten light, or a nap that sneaks up after lunch, even when the plate looked clean. Many seniors try to eat healthy by adding more salads, raw spinach, crunchy greens. But here's what the body feels: cold, rigid, hard to break down. That's not failure, that's physiology. As we age, our stomach acid and the digestive enzymes that come with it begin to decline, which means food that once energized us now lingers. and food that once felt refreshing can now exhaust the system. But there's a shift you can make that honors your gut's new pace. Warmth, not as a rule, as a rhythm. Try this. Sauté kale or spinach with olive oil and garlic. Steam broccoli until it softens but still holds shape. Add a warm miso or chicken broth as a starter to cold meals. Even warming your plate before eating can cue your system to relax and receive. It's not about cooking everything. It's about helping your digestion not fight the food it's trying to use for healing. And when digestion feels safe, you'll feel the difference. Less bloating, more clarity. A nervous system that doesn't feel on guard after eating, because the gut isn't just a pipe, it's a partner, and it listens best when the food comes in, warm. 4. Cinnamon plus fat, a blood sugar, ally. You know that feeling? You eat something sweet, and at first, it feels good, comforting, familiar, but then you crash, your mind slows, your body gets heavy. You feel hungrier than you were before. It's not about the calories. It's about the pace at which sweetness enters your bloodstream. After 60, our cells become less responsive to insulin, the hormone that helps move sugar out of the blood and into the muscles, where it's used for energy. When insulin resistance rises, even a small spike in glucose can leave you tired, foggy, or craving more. Not because you lack willpower, but because your body is working harder to keep up. But here's where cinnamon enters, quietly, like a helper in the background. Just half a teaspoon a day can help your cells become more responsive again, especially when paired with healthy fat, which slows digestion and buffers the sugar spike so your system has time to respond. Try it like this. A sprinkle of cinnamon over almond butter toast, stirred into full-fat Greek yogurt with flax, mixed into warm oat milk with a dash of sea salt, or blended with peanut butter and a slice of banana. You're not avoiding pleasure, you're layering it wisely. You're telling your body, you don't have to rush. We'll rise slowly. We'll stay steady. Because healing blood sugar isn't about saying no to sweetness. It's about inviting sweetness to stay a little longer, so your body can greet it instead of guard against it. 5. A bedtime gut ritual. There's something sacred about the last thing you eat before bed. It's quiet, private, and more powerful than you think. Because while your mind winds down and your eyes grow heavy, your gut, the ecosystem inside you, keeps working. After 60, that ecosystem becomes more delicate. The gut lining thins, good bacteria diminish, and digestion slows at night. Many seniors feel this shift without naming it. More gas, harder stools, lighter sleep, or waking at 3 a.m. with no obvious reason. But what if your gut is the thing trying to talk? The good news is, you don't need a probiotic pill. You need a ritual that invites your microbiome to restore, gently, quietly, while you sleep. Try this. A spoonful of plain kefir or unsweetened yogurt, a few slices of ripe kiwi, or a mug of warm tea stirred with prebiotic fiber, like inulin or psyllium. These foods aren't heavy, they're signalers. They feed the beneficial bacteria that repair your gut lining, calm inflammation, and even influence how deeply you rest. And the shift doesn't happen all at once, but after a few nights, your sleep deepens, you wake without tension in your belly, and you feel, subtly but clearly, that something inside you is beginning to reset. You're not feeding hunger, you're feeding repair, the kind of healing that doesn't wake you up, but wakes up with you. You didn't fail, you didn't fall behind, you just kept following old rules written for a body you no longer live in. And that body, the one you're in now, doesn't need punishment. It needs partnership. Because even now, your cells still respond. Your gut still rebuilds. Your muscles still soften, hold, adapt. Not because you try harder, but because you try gently. These 5 food shifts, they're not a diet. They're not a restart. They're a reunion with rhythms your body always understood. Rhythms that say, let's do less, but do it better. Let's not eat perfectly, just wisely. Let's heal in the small spaces, not the dramatic ones. And in that return, you don't become someone new. You become someone deeply remembered by your own body. You don't need to overhaul your life. You just need one plate, one bite, one change that tells your body, I hear you now. I trust you again. If one shift felt doable or familiar, comment, "Still healing." Because healing doesn't start with big changes. It starts when you believe you're still allowed to heal. Next time, we'll uncover 3 healthy habits that quietly stress your liver after 60, and what to do instead without giving up flavor or fun. Because real health isn't about giving up everything. It's about finally giving your body what it's been quietly asking for all along.